Last time on Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater, University student Vortiga spent time researching planes and studying the Jabberwock and its origins, until she found a sucker that would sign an HPI contract and wish one upon the city. Once Tim God was destroyed, Vortiga tried to lure the beast toward Huginston to satisfy her god's wishes. But as soon as she witnessed the destruction of the Clockwork City, she found herself a week back in time, and all her deeds undone. So she repeated the process 5,000 times with exactly the same results. In space, Cersei, Juwan, and Harlock worked aboard Starport, and Juwan was almost punished for allegedly making bean soup, while Cersei toyed with the remains of her moon zombie in the research lab, and Harlock stocked up on medical supplies, some legal and some not, before attending a lecture on cloning. Then they met back in the dorm, swapped stories, and got ready for their first game night in space. After returning to the greenhouse to pray, and getting roped into working extra hours, Juwan met a few of her co-workers and struck up a conversation about bean soup, and quickly changed the subject after one of them threatened to alert the computer. And now, Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater continues. During your shift, a pet bot comes up to visit her. This is her pet bot, which she is named Broomhilda. Resembles a small animal.
A meerkat.
Okay, it looks like a tiny robotic meerkat. She plays it like it's an animal.
So obviously I'm gonna freak out and want to try and pet it.
Yeah, you're gonna want to try and pet it too.
Oh my god, is that a robotic meerkat?
Yeah, it is a robotic meerkat.
Odd but cute at the same time.
Yeah, so it climbs over you and she lets you play with it. Yeah, she says she bought it here on the ship. It only costs 1,000 charges.
Only? That's insane. I don't have that much money.
You must not work hard enough, she says.
I mean, I show up when I'm supposed to. I'm here for extra time right now.
Yep. She says she programmed it using her engineering skill. So it accepts handle animal commands and it can be used as a familiar. Since they're not usually legal on Starport, usually you have to have a permit to have one. She's got a permit to have this pet bot.
So does it...
As a comfort animal. She needs it or else she goes into homicidal rages. She has to have a comfort pet bot or else she smashes things.
Oh, wow, yeah. I'm glad
She's a hobgoblin, so they let her have this meerkat so that she can work on the plants and not smash up the greenhouse.
Yeah, that's really... I'm glad that you have that meerkat then. Otherwise you would destroy these plants and that would might have to kill you, so... Cool, so Kitsune person, you didn't tell me their names. I mean, so far I know Broomhilda, but
that's the meerkat.
The robotic
That's
meerkat.
The one you were most interested in meeting. You didn't ask anyone else's name, but you were like, a meerkat!
When you meet people, that's what happens.
Oh yeah. Velma and Fred.
So Fred's the Kitsune, or...
Fred's the Kitsune.
So
Fred is the lady's name.
Fred's the lady.
Fred's the hobgoblin and Velma's the Kitsune. I actually like it better that way.
Alright, so to the Kitsune dude, and be like, hey, do you have one of these things? Does it work as a familiar?
Pet bot, he does not have they do work as familiars, that is correct.
For me to
he does not have a permit. Yeah, to recharge spells, everything a familiar would do. It works the same as an animal would, except it's robotic. So it just takes electrical charges to keep it alive. But yeah, you have to have a permit to get one, and he has not been able to obtain a permit. He did try.
So I guess this means that you've asked Gozer what she thinks about robots and stuff, right?
Velma does not worship Gozer.
What? You're from Erebane and you don't worship Gozer?
It's like, look, my parents worship Gozer. It's just not for me, I'm kind of like...
Well, who have you
I'm kind of more of a student of all religions. I haven't really picked a god yet. I'm kind of take a little bit from all the different gods. I got my own philosophy. I'm more spiritual than religious,
Yeah, that's the exact reason that I'm following Gozer. It's because it's not
well, you picked a god now. I'm just thinking maybe there's no one god, it's just all.
Well,
the
yeah,
gods.
I mean the other gods definitely exist.
Well, then why'd I have to pick one? That's all I'm saying. I think whatever, man. I'm not trying to pick sides here. I'm not trying to make allegiances or enemies. I'm just trying to live my life,
Interesting. Got it. I feel kind of...
I believe in science. I'm in space already.
Yeah, you do believe in nature, though, right?
It's yeah, plants are cool, but they're even cooler in space.
Why? Why are they cooler in space? What's better?
It's I don't know. What if there's plants out there we've never seen before? Can you imagine?
I don't know. Not really. All I've seen is piles of zombies eating each other so far.
Alright, I'm going to roll a percentage chance.
Why?
For fun.
Are you going to show me weird space plants?
Nope. Because I rolled too low.
So you haven't got any weird space plants?
You asked this guy if he has any weird space plants?
Yeah, I mean, if you talk about
he says, as someone that works in the greenhouse, he has not gotten any weird space plants, but he hears that there are some being stored here on the ship via rumors of knowledge local that he's done. And he's heard rumors of reporters, observers going out on other planets and discovering other plant life. Sometimes they bring it back, but that would also end up in these other plant labs that you don't have access to. But he's heard rumors of alien plant life. That's the whole reason he wanted to come to space, was to discover alien plant life.
That's kind of a bummer then, that that's the reason you wanted to come here and they wanted to give you clearance for that. Have you tried to,
He's working his way up the ladder. That's why he's here also, like you, doing extra hours at work.
Okay. Cool.
He's trying to prove himself worthy to the computer to go out on a mission. Waiting for someone to select him as a botany officer on their mission.
Interesting. Right. So is there a way that we, there's probably not, phones or anything on this thing. Like, how would I...
What do you mean? Are you trying to, call this guy later? Can I get your number?
Hey.
The computer is connected to the whole ship. You all have bunks. You can communicate to each other. It costs a charge to use the computer in that way. So to make a person-to-person contact, it costs one charge. But you can contact another person as long as you have their information, which is usually just a name.
Instant message him.
Yeah, and they'll usually be able to, as long as the computer knows where they are, the computer can find them and send them your message, basically.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna work more time then.
All right, you work more time. Roll me a perception check.
What the fuck?
Sorry.
15.
You are in the other end of the greenhouse working on some stuff, and you see some engineers working on your enviro controls for this sector. And so the controls for your greenhouse are unplugged, and they have a portable enviro control machine plugged in, doing the work temporarily while they make repairs. So you now know that there are portable environmental control devices. They seem to be using it to maintain air, temperature, humidity, gravity within the 60-foot space that you're in. Your lab's about 60 foot wide. And it's like a generator that seems to do the same job that the thing inside of your lab is doing.
Gotcha.
But you recognize that, you do your watering and singing to the plants and stuff that you normally do, and then your 8 hours are up, you make another 10 charges. All right, so you finish your days of work, you can go back to the dorms as well.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Lord. All right, it's Thursday. All labs are closed. The computer is shut down for several hours for maintenance, and everyone's encouraged to participate in game night. So everything's locked down except for the dorms and private rooms.
Wait, the computer is turned off?
The computer is running on low power, on just standby mode. It's still available. The blinking eyes are still there. The cameras still appear to be on, but all labs are shut. The computer seems to only respond to basic requests. This is when they do updates and maintenance on the computer. The Prismacolors do. And so all lower ranks besides Prismacolor are instructed to participate in game night. I mean, basically even the tavern's closed, so all you can do for fun tonight is go hang out with the other ship members in their rooms and do whatever you do in your free time. So at this point in time, you will have learned that there's lots of parties going on in the dorm rooms, but you guys have been invited to private parties in smaller rooms. People that are higher ranked than you have invited you up to their private rooms that are not as big as the dorm, but are also private. Like they can just, whoever they want in there can be there. It's like their own one-bedroom apartments, basically. So they can invite anyone they want there, and they've invited you. So you two guys want to go to game night, and Cersei goes to Discorporate? Alright, so we go to Discorporate group. Cersei, alone. Yeah, you meet this group of Discorporate. It seems like when you walk in, it's sort of disguised as a game night, but they sort of walk you past that really quickly into another room, which looks kind of very cultish to you. Like, it reminds you sort of like Church of Urgathoa. It's very dark, everyone's wearing dark robes. It's talking about embracing the void, and plots to pilot the ship into the void, discovering what the void holds for all of us. And then we'll never reach Heaven's Gate, but we may be able to go through the void and see what's on the other side.
Well, I guess I'll kind of try to walk around and slut it up using my profession as a courtesan.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not going to go diplomacy. I'm just going to try to meet and greet, looking good, push up the titties a little bit, flirt a bit if I can. I'll roll courtesan profession on that. 19.
All right, you're approached by what looks like one of the lead scientists on the ship. This is someone you recognize from the labs. It's someone like really high up, really high rank in the engineers, someone people like definitely turn to. But it's also involved in this Discorporate group.
And try to get his name.
Yep. It's Rich Flups. He's a human. He's got a wild beard and dark eyes. He's wearing a very loose flowing robe, bald, he's got a very large forehead. But you can tell he's like hungry for knowledge, excited about discoveries, dedicated to research at all costs. That's kind of the way he views this expedition into the void. It's like it doesn't matter what the stakes are, he needs to know what's on the other side. Like he's driven wild by the needing to know what's on the other side of the void.
I'll talk to him and I'll explain to him that I am a Samsaran, a witch who specializes in certain forms of necromancy, and I have brought one zombie back to the ship in an attempt to send it through the void to find out what is on the other side. And I could certainly use some help. I could always bring more zombies, or if he could help me expedite the process of putting the zombie through the wormhole. I've got a little spell that'll let us monitor the zombie as it goes through, and I can have a telepathic link with it. Diplomacy check.
Roll it.
25.
So yeah, he likes this idea. He's definitely into it. Has been, like I said, researching the void, collecting void dust illegally, doing a lot of illegal experiments, and he said this experiment the computer would also not allow. So we're going to have to go through some other channels to make this happen. While you guys are having this conversation, roll me a perception check.
That's an 11. I'll search it if you want me to.
Oh, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can.
Might as well. That makes it 15.
Alright, that's enough. Let's notice that in his home he's got a boy robot, which seems to be very childlike. Like it's like a little kid walking around the party, but it's obviously a robot to some degree. And he treats it like his son. He's like, you should be in bed, and that kind of thing when you guys are talking. You'll also notice several members of Discorporate selling different wares. They're all engineers. A lot of them are scientists like you, and observers, reporters. Most of them are engineers of some degree, and have been also secretly collecting this void dust from near the black hole and creating items out of it. And so a lot of them are peddling their wares. The computer has actually tried to prevent study into the void. It's trying to prevent them from piloting the ship in the void. That's also why it probably shut down your sending a zombie to the void. It doesn't want... That's not part of its mission. Like, that's something the scientists are interested in, but the computer is not. But this guy is interested and wants to know what it's all about. And there are people there that have, like I said, him and other people have developed some things from it. They will be selling black spray cans, which are not made of void dust, but are something that they use for their clandestine activities. It costs 1 charge to buy. It has 10 uses, which can block up to 10 cameras on the ship, or used to write 10 small letters or 5 large ones. They're disposable afterwards, but they are illegal to own on the ship. You can pay 1 extra charge to get other colors besides black. Those are harder to find, they're a little more rare. They have what they're calling a genetic morpher. It costs 400 charges. It's a ring with a point on one end, which they would turn, which is usually facing outward, but whenever they use it, they would turn it inward, which activates it. It's like a little barb, and if you have a successful touch attack with it, it collects a DNA sample and stores it in the ring. It can only store 1 DNA sample at a time. But once it stores that sample, you can alter yourself using electrical charges. For 1 minute per charge, you can transform yourself to look like whoever you stole that genetic material from.
Go ahead and pass on that. I've got Hex Disguise. I can do that for 11
so you can already do that. Oh, they have a time shutter belt. Causes a ripple in time that affects all creatures within 30 feet. Either causes haste or slow whenever activated. 50% chance, one or the other. Above 50 is haste, below 50 is slow. So whenever you activate it, one of those 2 things happens. Yeah, on yourself and then within 30 feet. It costs 1 charge per round that it's activated. Does not hold any charges, but you can plug a battery up to it or a cord. And as long as you have charges to do it, you can do as many rounds as you need to. But that costs 200 charges to buy.
Alright.
There's also a fluid form suit and a fiery body suit for sale. They're really expensive though. They're 7,000 charges each.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and pass over that.
I thought you might. They have a spacewalk bracelet, which is allegedly made of void dust and nanites that can disassemble your molecules and reassemble them 30 feet away.
Just like teleport?
Yeah, 1 charge per round, holds 10 charges. You can use it as a move action, does not provoke attacks of opportunity.
Alright, I'll pass on that. I got that spell.
Yeah, I thought you might. They are selling a reality twister. It is 1,000 charges to buy. You only can use it once, but whenever you use it that one time, it creates a 25-foot burst. And for 1 round, all creatures in that space act randomly. If attacking one target, they must instead attack another random target. Also, it's allegedly made of void dust. There's
Anything else?
Yeah, lots of stuff. Battle Mind, Link Helms, buy a set of 2 for 6,000. 1 charge per minute, holds 10 charges. It works the same as the Battle Mind linked spell.
Unless they're going to work on like a payment plan, I got nothing more than like 100 charges here. So let's see if I have anything else cheap here. They have Spider Bombs, which are 70 charged to buy. Will cost only use them once. You shake them for 1 round. So for 1 round, you have to use your move action to shake it. It causes a rattling sound. Then you throw it. If you hit someone with it, it does 1d4 damage, and then the bomb explodes 1 round after hitting them, or after hitting a hard surface. If you roll a 1, it goes off in your hand. If you roll a 2, it's a dub. Anything else? Upon explosion within 10 feet, it does 1d6 shrapnel damage as well as the 1d4 original damage to all within 25 feet. And everyone gets sprayed with a bubbly. Everyone within 25 feet gets sprayed with a bubbly, sticky goo that makes movement and handling objects very difficult. All right, now keep going. I think I'm probably just gonna buy some spray paint cans.
Yeah, that's probably cool. They're selling boomerang. They're selling boomerang grenades for 12 charges.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
12 charges only for a boomerang grenade. They're also selling assorted grenade testing kits that they've stolen from the labs. A lot of them are missing labels, but those are too expensive for you anyway. 600. They are selling it.
So far, the only non-illegal thing is the black spray can. Or any of the...
Yeah, they're not illegal unless you use them illegally. So like, carrying them is not illegal, but using them would be for anything besides official business. Someone's selling a door opener for 80 charges. It's a machine that can hold up to 10 charges. It's a big button surrounded by little lights. Whenever you press it uses 5 charges and opens a random door within 30 feet. It could be a trash chute or a trap door or a private room or a guard chamber. It'll open a random door within 30 feet. It is illegal tech, but... Every time you use it, you have to roll a d20, but as long as you don't roll a 1, you're fine. If you roll a 1, the computer becomes aware that you're using it. But a higher roll increases the chance it opens the door that you want. So you roll a d20, and if you roll a 20, it'll open whatever door you want. And then the closer you get to 1, it'll open a random door, and if you roll a 1, the computer will be alerted. They're selling mag pulse bombs, beta test version. They're 12 charges each, so you can use them once. Push a button and throw it, explodes 1 round later. You roll a percentage die. If you roll a 1 through 50, it attracts, and if you roll a 50 through 100, it repels metal within 30 feet. Power levels of these weapons vary, so after you roll that first roll, you roll a D percentage again, and that'll determine the strength of the bomb. For instance, a 1 through 10 is the staple, and a 90 through 100 would actually damage the ship.
How much was that?
12 charges each.
For a bomb that could
potentially
potentially damage the ship?
Yep. Ooh, they're selling electric bullhorns. Cost 50 charges to buy. They hold 10 charges per use. Use 1 charge per minute. And they increase the volume of your voice so that it can be heard pretty much any distance. I feel like is normal for a bullhorn to be heard, but yeah. There's someone selling a stolen hovercraft that you can't afford, but you see it and you take a look at it and you're like, dope, stolen hovercraft.
Weird.
They're selling a bunch of kids' bicycles that have been confiscated. If you want to buy a bicycle, those are 100 charges. Electric lighters, which are only 1 charge, and for some reason are still illegal. 1 charge, a whole 1 charge are not rechargeable. He'll show you around, introduce you to all these people that are selling wares. The last person he will introduce you to is someone from another group. It's not, it's part of Discorporate, but is also part of another group. They're called jumpers. So this guy's a Discorporate, and he's also a jumper, and he alternates. He goes to different weekly, like 1 week he'll come to this meeting, next week he'll go to a jumpers meeting. He'll inform you the Jumpers are a secret society that collects...
What's his name?
Pansy Phil. It's a
nickname.
nickname.
I was thinking Lefty Jones, so that works out really well.
Both.
Yeah.
Pansy Phil Lefty Jones. That's his full name. But it's a secret society. They collect parts. He says collecting parts, but I think it becomes pretty apparent that they steal parts, basically. And they've been modifying those research shuttles, like the one that you rode on. They've been, stealing parts, rebuilding them. They've secretly been building their own space shuttles and building their own travel vehicles to further explore the universe outside the computer's control. Some of them have been building like scrapyard robots and stuff too. They're basically using junk, building stuff out of it, and trying to get off the ship and go to other planets. They want to explore other planets without being told what to do by the computer. So that's what the jumpers do. And you'll have met this guy. He's also interested in the void. He's an explorer also, and a lot of the jumpers are. But instead of just trying to push this larger ship into the void, a lot of the jumpers are willing to they're trying to build shuttlecraft they think will successfully make it through the void, like tinier shuttles, and just go themselves instead of pushing the whole ship. So there's 2 different schools on that. Rich will be Rich is part of the school that's like we should push this whole entire spaceship in, this whole space station into the void. Whereas guys like Pansy here will think they should just take your own shuttle, build your own shuttle, go if you want to go into the void. Just you and your friends into the void.
I like that. All right, well, I want to try to have a little personal conversation with old Lefty Jones and Rich Phillips, and see if we can try to work out some way to make everybody happy. Find out a little bit what's on the other side of the void, and perhaps the other side of the void will take us to new and wonderful planets. Diplomacy check, maybe?
Yeah, do it.
27.
All right, very diplomatic. But if you're just going to be putting a zombie in a ship, send to the other side, that's like an expensive mission that might just be a waste, and so he doesn't seem very keen with it. He does say even a research shuttle like the one that you went out on your mission in, average cost just to rebuild one from parts or be able to steal one is 3,000 charges to get it, or just to buy one. Or half of that, you might pay 1,500 for someone to build one from scratch, but it would take longer. You could easily buy a junker for 800. Just buy a junker, or 400 you could probably build a junker.
Let's talk about this junker and see if we can talk to that fellow over there who has that hovercraft and see if we can use some spare parts to make that go along a little bit quickly.
Alright, so yeah, you want to go talk to the hovercraft guy, see if you can work out a deal?
Yeah.
Alright, you go talk to Mr. Hovercraft.
Yeah, I'll let him, he can use my hand crank emergency shield, which hopefully I would like to mount close to my crotch so he can just like crank my orc dick all day long if he's into that kind of thing. We'll see.
Alright, he cranks it a couple times, but then the force shield surrounds the two of you, and he keeps cranking it. He cranks it for about 6 rounds, and then becomes short of breath and passes out.
Okay. Well, then in that case, oh well, so much for that idea. Alright, well that was fun. Alright, well I'm gonna make sure that I'll let Hansy Phil and Rich Phillips know that I'm at their disposal if they need me. I'll be here for, you know, a fair amount of time before I head back down to Prime.
Yeah. They say if you can come up with a way to get 400 charges, they can put together a junker for your zombie mission. But they need at least that to make it happen.
For a girl to get 400 charges on the quick.
Well, you're at a party full of dudes, so I mean, you might have to work something out. That's up to you as a courtesan, though. Do you want to hoard up all night and see how much money you make?
Yeah, might as well.
All right, you hoard up at this party. Roll me a d20 and you multiply that by 10. That's how much charges you'll make through your various blowjobs and hand jobs throughout the night at this party of discorporates.
That was a 14, so I get 140 charges.
And they're like, oh yeah, embrace the void. So you got a bunch of money off this discorporate party just jerking dudes off.
All up in my void, yo. All up in my void.
Put it in the black hole.
Yeah. All right. Well, that puts me up to 200 charges. I'm halfway there. I'm on the way. Flips and Jones know that we're on our way. I'll try to talk to Mr. Hovercraft later, perhaps, see if he wants to give me a little crank again.
All right. And we'll leave you there and go to our other group that went to a game night. So you guys are going to walk in, there's going to be a bunch of people just fucking gambling and playing a bunch of games. Pretty much every game available in Chronograph is available here, which means all the gambling. Invited to gamble with your charges, which is illegal in the ship, but it's game night, so people are kind of doing whatever. So yeah, every kind of gambling is available. Onesies, twosies, spitting contests, fishing contests, 7-Up, Buddy, Snake Eyes, Bouncer, Rolling Fates, 6-card draw, Bomb Juggling, Monkey Bones, Farkley, Crowjack, Counting Crows, Dumb Luck, Fox Hunt, Tengu Shoot, Mousetrap, Chess, Midnight Joker, Hold Up, Chucker, Firefall, Mound Game, Sticky Dice, Leapfrog, Digger, Muck Roll, Odd Man Out, Charlatan's Cup, Wreck Ship, High Roller, Arm Wrestling, Rat Races, 9 Lives, Canary, Catch, Cradle, Scratch, Go Fish, Low Tide, Spider, Devil's Dice, Battle, Quick Combat, Fate, Chain, Splitter, Midnight, Plenty, Dead Dice, Grave Robber, Crazy Eights, Quick Draw, King's Dice, Pure Chance, Groll, Staring Contest, Double Zap, Punches, Rock Toss, Hot Rock, Run the Clock, even Trivia, Bar Trivia, Never Forget, Flame Wind, Rock and Rain, Rock Smash, Bindle Roll, Greater Gardener, Fox and the Hen House, Kitsune, Bakuchi, Seahorse Races, Sink or Swim, Hand Stack, Salt Shaker, Night Soil, Hi-Ya, Weatherman, Life Support, Horse Races, Gatekeeper, Bloodsucker, Hex Dice, Burnout, Cosmic Roller, and wait, Potentially even the deck of many things.
Well, from that ridiculously long list of games that no one remembers the name of anything of.
Yeah.
There's a long.
There's a lot of games.
My inclination would be to go with the Kitsune game, because it's a Kitsune game.
That's probably a game you're familiar with.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I'm not though, but...
But you roll a knowledge history, maybe you are, or... You know.
Yeah. I mean, but that's just... I don't know, but I'll play whatever. I mean, if I have a feeling it's all kind of work the same. It's like a game and you...
It's a dice game, yeah, it's luck. Anything
roll
can happen.
dice games and you bet some and you lose some.
Alright, so Juan goes over to the Kitsune Bakuchi table.
Bakuchi?
Do you join her, or do you go somewhere separately? And
I'll follow her.
Are you a follower? Are you both playing, or are you just watching her play Kitsune Bakuchi, at least the first round?
I'm gonna ask her, so how does this game work?
Nah.
Alright, roll knowledge history, Liz.
Dang it. 2. Excellent.
So this is the game her parents used to play.
So 3. I have no idea what this game
Yeah,
is.
Juan knows her parents used to play it, and so she sort of knows the name, and she knows you roll 3d6s.
Yeah, someone will need to tell me. Give me a refresher.
Alright, so on the table, you see people rolling 3d6s, and like they're betting money, and then going, ah, when they roll 3d6s almost every time. But then all of a sudden, one of the guys rolls 3 of the same number, and cheers loudly.
Is that the only way you can win?
You don't know. That's all this is all you've seen so far. Is everyone rolling not the same numbers and being upset, and one guy rolling 3 of the same number and being excited.
This seems like a game that's not very easy to win.
Yeah.
At all. Like the odds are very against you. Is what I think.
Yep. But if you roll 3 of the same number, you win 4 times whatever you bet. So if you bet 1 charge, you win 4 charges back. If you roll 3 of the same number, it's a Kitsune game. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't.
You don't have to play
I don't
it.
think I'm gonna win. Like I don't think there's really a good way to win at this. I mean, I got 248 charges, so I'll do 8 charges just to do it. But...
You're gonna use all 8 of them in one gamble? High roller.
Oh no, is that not what people do?
I mean, it is what people do, but you
All
don't
right,
have to.
can I
You can
check
do
one?
one. You can bet 1 charge. Yeah.
1.
You lose a charge.
Great, that was fun.
Juan did not like that game. She's like, I don't know why my parents played that game. That game is dumb.
Yeah.
So like trying to lose
Ron,
and succeeding.
try something different. Perhaps the seahorse race, I've heard.
Seahorse races, that could be fun.
That sounds cute. I'm down.
Alright, so one of these guys has constructed some like robotic seahorses with view screens in front of them. It's like a video game, like one of those motorcycle riding video games, but you're on a seahorse back. Alright, we get 1d4 random competitors on top of whoever you guys are. So one of their challengers, so is it just Harlock, or is it just Harlock playing, or are you playing also,
I'll
Joanne?
play, yeah.
Alright, so there are 3 of you playing seahorse races. All 3 of you will make 2 ride checks, and then add those 2 numbers together. I got 22 total for my guy.
33.
So 33?
Yeah.
Did each of you wager 1 charge, I assume?
Yeah, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, I got 33.
Oh, weird.
Oh, you both got 33?
Yeah.
Well, then you both receive 1.5 charges back.
1.5.
Yeah, because you both got your charge back, and then half of the guy that lost.
What's a half charge for?
I don't know, you figure it out. Get another half charge, and you have a full charge.
30 gold, technically.
Yeah.
Use it on your nipples. It feels good.
Are we doing that again,
My ride is really shitty, but yeah, we can try it again.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you're
the
riding
continue
through-
screen is counting down like 30, 10.
Yeah, don't set yourself up for failure.
Would you like to
You're
continue
not
to
good
race
at
number
this.
2?
Can you try to get some more people to join us?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can try your people to join.
I'm gonna bet 2 charges though this time.
I'll say 3 people join you. Or the same guy and 2 other people. So you have 3 opponents this time, all also paying 1 charge.
Alright,
So you can win more this time.
Can I bet 1.5?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay.
You'll bet 1.5. Everyone has to match your bets now, though, which means Harlock also has to bet 1.5, and so does everybody else.
Yeah, I'll do that.
They'll match your bet to play level 2.
Okay.
Alright, this time the course is a little more exciting. You have to roll 3 ride checks and add the numbers together. Alright, I got 77 and 49 for my 3 guys.
61.
Oh, I don't like this game. Oh, Brian, by the way, I didn't tell you, but I meant to earlier. I bought 10 black spray paint cans.
Cool. Add those to your
already
inventory.
subtracted.
And yeah, as long as you took the charges out, we're good.
Yeah.
So you guys lost a charge and a half, and the guy that rolled a 70 won it.
Let's play something else. King's Dice. How about that? I don't know how we do that one.
King's Dice? Alright. That's a fun one.
Oh, good.
You have to roll 5d20. So roll a d20 5 times, record the results, and I'll tell you what that means. I have to figure out who else is playing with you two. Let me see if you have any opponents you have. You have 2 other opponents, so I'll have to figure that out in a second.
Okay.
This game works a lot like poker. Alright, any number higher than a 13, you have to re-roll.
Alright, I got my 5.
Alright, so a 1 is an ace, the rest are the numbers they are, and 11 through 13 are face cards, Jack, Queen, King.
I got a pair of jacks. King high.
I got a pair of 10s.
I got a pair of
13.
jacks.
He's got a pair of jacks, king high.
I have a pair of jacks, King high also.
His next highest one is a 9.
Oh, then he wins. My next highest is a 7. So by poker rules, Harlox Bachiman wins this. How much do we bet?
1.
I guess
One? And there are 5 of us playing, I think.
Mm.
Yeah, so everyone loses a charge, but Harlock gets 50.
Woo!
50.
Gambling! Yeah.
I like this game.
This is poker.
We can play it again.
You want to roll poker again? Almost had it straight, but I don't.
I got fucking nothing.
I got a pair of 10s and I got a pair of queens.
Got nothing.
He's got 3 of a kind.
We're taking
3 of a
our
kind
money.
beats a pair. You have gained 10 charges total now, Harlock. You guys going again? What's going on? Just playing poker all night?
No, I mean, like, what happens at these game night things? Like, I'm gonna do
People
a
just gamble.
perception check and, like, listen to see if anybody's talking about anything interesting.
Yeah, you can do that. But it seems like gambling is illegal on the ship, so it's like the
It's
one
like-
night that people think they can get away with it. So people that like to gamble, this is what they do. They come here and play games and gamble. But you can roll perception to see if you pick up anything else going on. Natural 1, you just all gambling. Like we're good, everyone's just gambling.
Dang it.
Alright, well, we were stuck playing Connect 4 all night long. Can I do a perception check on the room?
Yeah.
22.
You see a bunch of people playing a bunch of games on a bunch of different tables and view screens and stuff. You see an empty table marked deck of anything, but no one's there.
Go sit down anyway.
Is anyone selling alcohol or anything around here?
They are selling some toilet wine and some of those alcoholic goo tubes they sell at the bar. They seem to have sneaked away. 1 charge for the goo tubes, 2 charges for the toilet wine.
Told you we should have been making toilet wine this whole time. Alright, I'm gonna get a 2 charges for toilet wine. I'll stick with a booze goo and go sit at the deck of many things table.
Alright, you go sit alone at the deck of many things table.
I'm gonna watch.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit
Juwan
on
watches you sit alone at the deck of many things table. This happens for several hours. I'll roll a second percentage chance just because you're sitting there and I feel silly. Hey! Nona walks up.
Ah, can I scoot up a little bit closer?
Yeah, you can come
I
closer.
wanna, like, watch, like, right up on.
Matter of fact, when she materializes out of nothing and appears at the table, a crowd gathers and acts really excited. Like, Nona's here, Nona's here. Nona hasn't been here in a long time. Nona rarely ever shows up here. She's like, whew. She says, getting here is exhausting. She's like, but I haven't been here a while. I know I owe you guys one. She's like, but I really only have time in me to deal with 4 of you tonight. She's willing to see 4 people. The deck of many things table, of course, gets rushed by the crowd, all pushing and shoving to get to the front. What do you want?
I'm raising my hand because I want her to pick me.
All right, you want to do a strength check to also get towards the front? Harlock's already in the seat, so he gets first game. But then,
Strength check.
or how else do you want to get past that? You can acrobatics. I mean, get creative. Look at your sheet. Like, how do you want to get closer to? You can raise your hand, but I don't think that'll work, considering that everyone's raising their hand and trying to get there right now. You are closest at first, so all you have to do is get up there first and then initiate yourself as second in line.
Is there like only one table, one chair?
One chair at the table. You can You can start the line. You can be the person that starts the queue.
All right. Well, like if
Classic
I'm,
British style. Do you want to
since I'm, like, standing
diplomacy start the
behind-
queue?
yeah, well,
Like get everyone like whoa, start a line behind me.
yeah, I was standing at the table.
Roll
ready.
maybe like an intimidator diplomacy to convince people to line up behind you.
All right, diplomacy. Let's be orderly, folks.
Yeah, come on, maintain some sense of decorum. Natural 1! Juwan gets trampled. She will not get to talk the deck of many things lady tonight. But Harlock does, and then 3 other randos. So Harlock Spachimin, you're here with the deck of many things lady. She's like, you again.
Hey, Nona.
She says, you got any more fake flowers for me?
I gave away all my orchids. Sorry, Nona. Actually, I think I got a dwarf can. I don't know how to shoot.
Never know if you don't go.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll slide this tuna can looking dwarf dick at her.
She gasps and says, dwarf dick? She says, I haven't had one of these in ages, and she quickly pops it in her mouth and eats it. So you're chewing in front of you, that's delicious. Oh, no. Nothing like a dried dwarf dick. How long have you had this in your pocket? Seems aged. Well-aged dwarf dick.
I get better with age.
She pulls the deck out of her leather pouch and asks if you'd like your fortune read before we play.
Yes.
Alright. So he's cut. And his first card is... What does that say?
Something of something.
2 of spades.
Alright.
And that goes back into the deck, right?
That goes back in the deck, and then you can reshuffle while we talk about his fate. Alright, that is the card of balance. It says that you were brought on this mission as a keeper of balance, and that your purpose here in space with your friends and on this mission is to maintain balance on this starport and make sure things don't get out of control. It says, and as long as you do that, things will go well for you. But if things become unbalanced here on the ship, your fate could end horribly.
Alright, does he get to cut again before he pulls?
Yeah, if he wants to, he can cut it. And you have to say how many you're going to play first. How many cards would you like to draw from the deck?
I guess 3.
Alright, you must draw 3 cards. No more, no less.
Oh, so can I just like spread him out and he picks one?
But he can cut the deck and just draw from the top of that, or draw from the top.
Okay.
So he can cut it and draw from wherever he cuts, but...
7 of hearts. 7 of hearts, which equals the 2 of hearts, actually.
That should be
That
a 2.
is gain your choice of 25 pieces of jewelry or 50 gems. I'll take the gems. Alright, and his card is 2 of spades. 2 of spades.
Change alignment instantly. What alignment are you there, Harlock Spachimin?
Neutral, I think.
That's a tricky one for me. I need you to roll a d6.
4.
You are now evil. You're neutral evil. You're not a chaotic or lawful. You're just neutral evil.
Neutral evil. That's reasonable.
Yeah.
You can work with that. Oh, the red Joker, which is a good one, I think.
Yep. Red is good.
Joker without trademark gain 10,000 experience or 2 more draws from the deck.
Your choice. Door number 1 or door number 2?
5.
Like you are now going to be compelled to act out of your own best interest. As for now on, for your character, you're going to be looking out for number 1, and number 1 is you. So now that you've drawn this card, from now on until something changes, you are looking out for yourself. And sooner or later, that's going to cause you to do an evil act, and that's not going to go over well with a Blinding Light Guild or your cool ass tattoo. But as a character, you have to do it now until something changes. Unless you do this, but you also have this thing where you can draw 2 more cards from the deck, and you may be able to reverse it.
I'm going to draw 2 more.
Risk it. Maybe you can flip it back. I don't know.
That doesn't give me much. It's 10,000.
So you take 2 more draws from the deck instead.
Now that I'm looking out for number 1, of course I'm going to draw 4.
See what else you can get out of it.
Alright, card number 1. Oh, he gets another red. He gets to draw 2 more. Or to get 10,000 experience.
Yep.
So he can draw 3 more cards.
Or
have
10,000
experience.
and 1 more card. Yeah.
Ooh, now things are getting fun.
Oh, this is not looking well because I haven't got any really bad ones yet. I'm gonna take the pulls. 3 more pulls? Yeah,
Alright.
I shouldn't.
Do it.
Fucking retarded. I don't want to do it.
Make it happen.
Alright, cut and pull. Ace of spades.
Ace of spades. You're imprisoned. Suddenly, the guards burst in and start arresting all these gamers who are gambling illegally. You very quickly draw your next 2 cards before you're taken into space prison.
Should it be before I shuffle them back?
Yeah, no shuffle.
Alright.
No shuffle and no reinsertion of the last card. You can't be double imprisoned, so you can take that one out.
Alright. Jack of diamonds.
Immediately gain a +2 bonus to 1 ability score.
Ooh.
Nice. And that's not going to get shuffled back in, and he pulls
Does not get
one
shuffled
more.
back in. He pulls 1 more, then the deck of
7 of
anything
hearts,
say will disappear.
2 of hearts, you get another 50 gems.
Yep.
Alright. I got 100 gems.
100 gems, plus 4 to an ability, no, plus 2 to a
Any ability score. Yep.
and you're in prison.
And then you're arrested and taken to jail. Your gems and all of your other possessions are taken away, and you are locked in a holding cell in the ship. Juwan, do you want to roll a perception check to see if you witnessed all this after being trampled?
While I'm like lying on the ground.
If you witness
I mean, if I witness them.
Morgan arrested, yeah, and then if you do, you probably have to sneak out so you don't get arrested. So, do you want to try and stealth out of there without getting arrested?
Yes, I do.
Well, then roll me a stealth or something, or pull something out of your butt.
So is it like a big room with like 1 exit, or are there like 6 people?
Yeah,
in
so
here,
someone's like,
60?
unlike the dormitory, this is someone that was a higher level that has a private room, but it's like a 1-bedroom apartment. There's only 1 exit, 1 entrance. So you're not very sneaky.
No, I'm not. So.
Well, there's a big crowd, so if you want to roll a percentage chance to see if that
Yeah,
works.
I mean, I guess I'm just gonna try and like, get out of there.
That fails. You're also imprisoned.
Great.
So now Harlock and Juan are in space prison.
Perfect.
All of your belongings are taken away, and you're given space prison outfits, which have they're like white and black stripes. Like you guys are in space prison, waiting to be ejected from the ship after a discussion of what's gone on.
Ejected from the ship.
Hey, you guys were caught gambling. That's illegal. The guards will tell you that you're going to be ejected from the ship.
Like ejected out into space. Like you died for gambling.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's seen as a risk to the mission and a waste of time.
But
Waste of
death,
charges.
That's a bit.
Seems it's they don't see it as a good use of resources.
Well, it's a bit extreme, I think.
Yeah, I do think so, but the computer doesn't, and that's who's in charge of the ship, so the computer says it's not. So you guys are being locked up and have been told you're going to be ejected into space.
I would like to talk to
After the
this
computer
pod.
processes the violation. Which can't happen right now because it's game night and is being maintained. So after game night, the computer will process your violation, and then you'll be ejected. So you guys have about 4 hours until the maintenance is complete and your trial will be processed.
So is it bars that are like old school jail bars, like they're open slots?
Yes, but they're made of force energy, just like Cersei's crank shield she was using earlier. It's made of like a force, like it's a barely visible, slightly visible, like translucent field. You can tell it's there.
But you can't get through it in any way. It's like solid.
It's solid, yeah. You can't go through it.
How's it open for them to put us in here?
They seem to have some sort of like the computer access. The computer's is here. There's eyeballs all around you. There's monitors. The computer turns the bars on and off, or the guards can by using one of the punch panels and having correct authorization with their chip. Either one of you guys, were you wearing braces before you were arrested?
Yeah.
Would either one of you have liked to try to contact Cersei while you're being dragged away? I'll allow it. Even without use of a hero point, I will allow one of you while being dragged away.
Hey guys, need to roll a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's gotta be Juwan then.
Yeah.
Juwan's yelling help into her bracer. Cersei, do you hear it?
Game night is getting.
I got a 10.
arrested.
Alright, so either Cersei was in the middle of her meeting and didn't hear it, or at some point in the night just the light wasn't good and
I was busy banging a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, just giving a bunch of hand jobs. Was not picking up on this help message.
Dang.
So Cersei cannot assist you. You guys are just in prison. Now your armband's been taken.
Hey, how about this? How about I'll surge a couple times.
You can do that. You have surges.
Can I use? I've got 4 surges left for today.
Yeah, go for it. That's what they're for.
Okay.
Change the future.
That takes me to 14. That takes me to 20. I think I'll stick
Yeah,
with
that's
that.
enough. 20 is enough to hear the bracer. And then in mid-hand job, you hear Juan yelling, "Help, help, help."
Game night's getting arrested. Everyone's getting arrested.
It's a raid. And you hear all the background noise.
Can I roll a courtesan check or some kind of check to see if it makes the guy come extra fast so I can make sure I get my number of charges before I leave?
Yeah. He comes extra fast. This was after you talked to. We'll say this is like a post discussion with what's his face or hand job. So yeah.
Okay.
This was just like one quickie before you left. This was like an end of the nighter.
Well, I'm gonna roll a percentage check to see if he came either way, to see if either he wants more later or if he's gonna come back for more later, one way or another.
All right.
Is that cool with you?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, percentage chance above 50, he comes.
Below, he'll come back for more.
He probably likes it. Below 50, he doesn't come, and depending on how low it is, either he's like mad at me for like a toothy blowjob or wants me to finish up with him later.
All right.
What do you think?
I love it.
Hey, you're the boss, man. I'm just rolling, baby. I'm just rolling. That is a 6.
Roll for oral sex. Yeah, not a good blowjob, sir. Not your best work. Not your best work. And unfortunately, this guy's a space bard, so he's probably going to write a song. He's going to write a song about the bad space blowjob he got from the Blue Titty Swamp Witch, and that's going to go in the records now as a space song.
That's what I get for trying, but
Yeah.
It could have been really cool if it worked out. Maybe.
Yeah, that's rolls for you, man. It's dice. That's why I like dice. You just never know what's going to be. Anything can
I'm just
happen.
trying to mix it up.
I liked it. It was fun. But yeah, you've also heard this message, and you've left the party. You know your friends are arrested, and you have a very short period of time to do anything about it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna haul ass over to bunk 96. Let me check. I know where it is. I got the info.
And all the hall lights are off, and so that and all the colored lights, the ones usually tell you. So like right now, all the dorms are open to everyone. Well, usually that's not the case. So you're able to get there very easily. You see people being hauled out. You've probably gotten there. I don't know what percentage chance. You've probably gotten there too late to see your friends because I already did stuff with them. But I'll be fair. You'll see the crowd being carried away, and you'll think you see them in the front of the crowd that's being carted out by these guards, these star patrols. But they're all like heavily armed.
Well, I'm going to try to ask someone who's standing around what shit happened and where my friends are.
Yeah. I mean, this party got busted, basically, because there's a bunch of other dorms around that were also having game night. I mean, it's just Thursday night. That's what all these dorms are doing, all these different bunks, all these different rooms. This is one of the larger shared space rooms. It was like a 4-bedroom apartment that was shared by 3 different workers that were like a group. And they were running this illegal casino. And that's what they were running some sort of illegal gambling during game night. And they got shut down. And a bunch of people got arrested for gambling.
I guess what Cersei will do is go back to my bunk, see if anyone else is playing Space Invaders, try to get a new high score, and see if I can contact someone who has the next highest score to get some information about how to bust out some fellow gamers.
Alright, yeah, you can try it. I like anything that you can try. So you go back to your dorm. You find out your friends get arrested. You rush back to your dorm and play video games. Go.
Well, I know they busted for gaming. The best chance for me to try.
Yeah, that's how they contacted you last time. Yeah. I mean, it's happened before. I get where you're going. I just like to make it sound bad. So you play the game. Roll me a percentage dice for high score. You gotta get above 90 to attract anyone's attention right now.
Okay, alright. You want me to roll a percentage die to see me playing video games?
Yep, you gotta get above 90 to attract anyone's attention. I'll say every time you roll it is 1 hour of play, which you've gotten pretty good at this point. But if you've only got, 4 hours?
Before the computer starts.
So you got 4 rolls to try to beat 90 to contact someone before something's going to happen to them anyway. So.
All right. Instead of that, could I roll knowledge engineering to hack and see if I can release them somehow, open up their cells?
Or earlier at your meeting, they did give you if you want to, there are
people you can contact to help you hack. You can pay someone to hack for you as well. If your knowledge of engineering is not very good, but you can also try to do it yourself. Yes.
I've got decent knowledge of engineering, but I will gladly pay 2 other people to help either be distractions to like distract the computer while I do my shit.
Mm-hmm.
One person to distract the computer, another person to help me open up both of the cells and get them out of there.
Yeah, you can do that. The hackers will want 200 charges each.
Are we in like a big cell all together, or is it like individual?
Yeah, you guys seem to be like currently in between a hallway and an airlock, but being held by these bars. Like all they have to do once the computer processes the request, just like opens the door and you guys will get sucked out. What?
Can I do a fog cloud inside of the cell that we're in? Just like fog the room up?
Make it foggy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
Is
The
there
room
a
is
guard?
foggy.
Can we see guards walking down the halls?
You could before it was foggy.
Well, but we know they're there, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably see their footsteps and
So
stuff.
they don't want to open, they're not confused about why there's a whole bunch of fog in here, they're not going to open the door or anything?
No.
Okay. Yes. How about this?
I want myself real quick.
All right. you
There's
touch
fog.
it.
Let's open these prison gates and let all the prisoners out because where'd that fog come from? No, they're not dumb. They might think it's weird there's fog, but they're just like, oh well, they think something is bringing a leak or it's like a steam leak.
I
They
want
don't
to do
know.
something before they get to the prison, but I think Harlack wants to do something as well.
Yeah. Well, let's do the Cersei thing first since it's previous in time. Go.
All right. I would like to try to hack into the computer and let increase their clearance level so that they will be perceived as maybe infiltrators of the gambling ring. Since basically all they did was lose a bunch of money and their cover was blown. Don't talk me out of this. All right.
So like, you've got one guy hacking to stall the computer from cutting it back on. So
I don't have enough charges to pay 2 people. I'll pay one
pay
person.
one to help you.
Yeah.
All right. So you have one person helping you. So I'll roll to assist you in this.
I got 21, and I'll boost it. I got 3 more surges if you really want me to.
And I got a 32. So if you want to search it, you can. But that depends on how much hacking are we trying to do here? I guess is the question.
Like I said, I want them to be have a clearance level of infiltrators of the Gamers Guild to try to help bust them.
All right. So to do that, you're gonna have to switch them to red level. So it looks like they were secretly working for Star Patrol. So it looked like they were undercover Star Patrol agents.
Yeah. So with our grand total of 57, 53.
So we'll do Harlock first. And what rank are you currently, Harlock? White?
I'm level 2 white, I believe.
You don't have
Alright.
engineering level?
Engineering 17, but I'm level 2, white level 2.
All right, we have trouble switching your rank from medical.
Alright, I'll surge it. Can I surge it?
Yeah.
Can I surge it, push it through?
What I'll let you do is you can trade one of your mythic points and roll percentage yourself, and we'll add your percentage to my percentage.
Okay, I'll roll percentage then. I got a 35 to add to that percentage.
53, so it's just enough. So yeah, you're able to increase his rank to red.
Okay, now for Juan.
Yeah. No problem. Red.
Solid.
Alright, so now they have red clearance. They don't know this. They're in prison. They don't know that you've done it. But you have changed them to red clearance. So as far as the computer knows, it thinks that they are members of the Star Patrol. The problem now being is they don't know they need to lie about what's going on. You said you did say you did this before they went in. I'll let Juwan roll a perception check to see if she notices you saying this stuff on them being this is like right before their equipment's being taken.
I'll say red clearance is yours, and that's it.
All right. Red clearance is yours.
So we're sitting in the prison cell now, right?
Cersei needs to take a nap. She's about out of mythic points.
Cersei falls asleep in her bunk in the dormitory.
Alright, I'm gonna shout out, like, guards, help. There's some kind of weird, somebody ripped one real good in here.
All right, and the guards will say, keep it down.
Get my TOIcer away from me. Come help. Do any guards run out?
No, they say shut up.
Hey, I need to talk to you, it's important. We're red levels.
Whole diplomacy check for it's important we're red levels.
34.
Alright, that's pretty good diplomacy. The guards will ask you to approach.
I'll tell Juan to walk up with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, you'll approach the bars, and they'll say, what are your names?
I'll say the truth. Harlock's Pachimin.
You can roll sense motive on Cersei's to see if you understood what she was trying to hint at, if you want. And then you might be able to roll this more.
I'll try that.
I got 20 on that.
I got an 8.
Alright, so Juwan might be the one that should speak up then about your intentions, because she kind of got what Cersei was going for.
Yeah.
She's hung out with Cersei a lot longer than Harlock Pachimin has and knows how a Cersei plan works. And was like, wait, I know what's going on here. So what do you say?
We're Red Little Star Patrols. We were part of the bust. You guys have grabbed us on accident and threw us in here.
Alright, so they will, since the computer's in standby mode, they have to type in your names. And it does come up saying that you are red level clearance. They say, "Oh, we're sorry." Says, "We didn't, you guys are probably."
Like, you guys are super thorough. I really.
Says, "We didn't realize you were undercover in disguise. That's the problem with these Star Patrol suits. It's hard to tell who's who." I probably just didn't recognize you from at the station. You're probably wearing a different face than you normally do.
Well, of course, that's how this kind of thing works.
Yeah.
You know what's going on here.
I'm a cop. Blue.
Yeah, I totally know what you mean. So I'm just gonna flute into some people from Raid.
Yeah, or someone you see in the cell. It doesn't even matter. Look, I'm a different guy.
Or like the person that's standing next to me.
Like, oh, see
this guy. Oh, this is weird.
Oh, they're like, oh yeah, you definitely have one of those crazy suits on. Roll me a bluff check for that, because I fully believe it. But
that doesn't look good.
That does not look good, because that was
3.
a 2.
Hi, can I switch into my energy body real quick? And so can I roll a bluff check on that then?
Yeah, and be like, look, I'm a cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Have some skills while I'm in this form.
Yeah, you can roll your bluff.
17, sorry.
3 and then.
Yeah, I mean, semi-convincing, like, that's neat. We haven't seen that one before. It's not something most suits do. How'd you do that? You hack your suit?
No, that's crazy.
It's so illegal. And Juwan, they say, well, a second ago you were Kitsune. We'd be impressed, except Kitsune is one of those races that can transform. So how do we know you're not just a Kitsune?
That was one of the reasons that I was hired onto the Star thing.
The Star thing?
Yeah, Star Patrol, because I didn't need a suit. It helps with the undercover.
Oh, it's like a budget thing. I like cutting back.
You're
helping them save money. I get it.
Save a charge everywhere you can.
Yeah, it's true. They actually roll me.
A charge saved is a charge earned.
Roll me diplomacy with that, because that's something that everyone that's in the Star Patrol
Roll
have
an
to agree
economics check.
with. Yeah, roll it.
Rolling what? 11 and 9.
Yeah. Alright, they'll buy that. So maybe you're part of a new program. You've somehow convinced them you're part of a new program of recruiting people that can already shapeshift.
Yeah,
to save money on suits. The next generation. To save money on suits, they've started hiring people that can transform without them.
And turn into beings of light.
Very, very clandestine. Yeah, and you're able to also vouch for Harlock there. Look, this is like a new thing they're trying out. You guys are the new class.
Yeah, we haven't been here in space that long.
Alright, so they will, here's what I'm going to do. They're going to let you guys out, keep everyone else in, and they're going to take you guys back to Star Patrol headquarters to a Star Patrol bunk, where you guys will now be issued a bunk. And they say, as soon as the computer comes back online, we'll scan your chips in your hand, make sure they're red, and as long as we do that, you'll have a clearance for one of these rooms.
Cool, thanks.
Until then, just stay here in the barracks. The barracks are locked up. Okay. So you guys are locked in the barracks now. In 1 hour, you'll need to present a red chip in your hand instead of whatever color you actually have in your hand right now. Or a computer will realize this is all a bluff. But you know that you have an hour until that happens. And you know that you need a red chip in your hand before then. And you're locked in the barracks.
I just want you guys to know, I pretty much banged you out of prison. Like, I spent my entire night fucking a bunch of people for fucking charges so I can get you out.
Thank you.
Of course, in the barracks, there's cameras everywhere, the computer's alert everywhere. They're like, at least in standby mode, there's still the eyeball there to assert the fact that it's always watching. The eyeball never goes away.
So even if you go into like the bathroom, there's an eyeball like watching you pee?
Yeah. There's eyeballs everywhere. I mean, it's a computer. It's an unblinking computer robot eye, so it's not like... But it's mostly there just to, whether or not the computer's watching you, it's there to remind you that the computer could be watching you.
What if there was some kind of horrible accident where our hands were suddenly removed?
Oh no.
Well, then that would explain why you wouldn't have red chips, wouldn't it? We'll say that, yeah, once they let you out of prison, they would let you, like, regather whatever gear you had. So you've got all whatever gear you had with you at the gambling arena. But you're just now locked in the barracks. So this is, like, still like a prison because you can't leave, but there's, like, it's more, you can walk around, there are bunks, there's a cafeteria, there's a training room and a weight room and stuff, and a bullet, you know, like a police station.
Are we gonna cut each other's hands off?
Why not?
I mean, Harlock might cut his own hand off. You never know. Harlock's looking out for number one.
That's true. Well,
Harlock
you're
is
looking
concerned
out
about
for-
not getting killed in an hour.
Yeah.
That's Harlock's main concern. And it should be yours too, I guess.
Well, I want to do a fog cloud and turn myself into like, so it would be a small animal, like a rat,
Yeah.
but not a fly.
No, a fly is minuscule. You can't be that small.
So I could fog and then rat and then run.
Yes. You can fog and rat and run.
Yeah, will you give me back my things later if I let you hang on to my bag?
Harlock's Bachimit, you will say yes, but you're looking out for number one, so maybe you won't mean it.
Alright. Well, here's my plan. Yes, I'll hold your shits.
Cool, thanks. I'm
Got
gonna make some cover and then make myself different.
Alright, I think Harlock wants to share his plan with you. guys both do
Step
stuff.
one.
Can I do like a little?
Yeah. A big lizard.
Inject self with vanishing potion through my
Alright,
med
use your med lance. Bloop, you go invisible for, was it like a minute?
Yeah, but I got 10 charges of that, so
So you can do it for up to 10 minutes as long as you keep injecting yourself every minute as a move action.
Step two, I want to go back to go to the red dorms.
You're in the red dorm.
All right.
Well, you're in the barracks now, and that's locked from the outside. So the barracks is separate from the dorms. It has its own dorms, has its own showers. Star Patrol's kept separate from other places, except occasionally they'll have one or two people like in a dorm to like be security in that dorm. So you guys had one or two red officers in your dorm, but for the most part, the other ones stay here, especially the higher level ones.
Can I do a perception to see if there's any other red officers like hanging out alone?
In the shower, or are you going to leave the shower?
Leave the showers.
All right, you leave the shower. Juwan turns into a lizard or a rat?
Yeah, I guess like a lizard. A green lizard? Does that count? Can I do one of those? One of the like throat ones?
Yeah. As long as it's a small size animal, not like a tiny size animal. So not a lizard this big, but like a lizard. Not like a giant, not a giant lizard, but a big.
Like an iguana.
Iguana,
Yeah.
yeah, that size. That's just a lizard you could see, but it would still be a lizard. You could, I mean, you know.
Can
About
I
a
do a chameleon?
chameleons?
Chameleons?
Chameleon.
As long as it's a really large chameleon, I'll say yes. But I'll say because the world we live in, there's like dire everything. Maybe it's a dire chameleon and it's the size of a rat. A rat-sized chameleon. So yes, you can still change color to some degree.
Okay.
Rat-sized chameleon.
Yep. Got it.
Alright, Juwan turns into a rat-sized chameleon and scurries away.
Is there anybody like in their bunks napping?
Hey, roll me a perception check to check the bunks of the barracks.
21.
Yeah, you see some dudes sleeping in the barracks.
I'm in Busy-Biz, so I'm gonna sneak up to one of them, of course, and drop two relaxo pills in their mouth.
Alright, when you try to do this, you try to reach in toward their bunks, you hit a force shield in between them and the outside. Roll me a perception check while you're doing this.
20, not natural.
Alright, as you were reaching in to feed this guy this pill, you notice that while he's sleeping, an injection needle comes out of his sleeping chamber and injects him in his arm while you're trying to feed him anyway. So it appears that he's already being drugged by the computer.
Alright, that was really fucking lucky, like, hit on you the first time. I don't have anything that's gonna help me break the shield, so I'm try to just swing on this fucker.
Yeah.
You're invisible.
Yeah. Oh, but I think you said I could carry my shield.
Yeah, you carry your shield. So you do have that. You can bash with a shield. That is a thing that is allowable in the game. You can use the shield as a ramming weapon.
I'm gonna try and huck it against, this
Shield bash.
Yeah, shield bash.
Alright.
But like the sharp point. 6.
Total?
Yeah.
Yeah. It vibrates a little bit and buzzes. I get a roll perception check, see if the guy heard that slight noise. I rolled a 3, so he does not hear the noise that hit made.
Alright, I'm gonna roll again, I guess, to try and break the shield. That's gonna be a 21 to hit. Hit.
Definite hit.
And 4 damage. 4 more damage.
Alright, get another perception check. He stirred a little bit, but didn't wake this time. Just rolled around a bit.
10 total.
Alright, swing again. That's going to be
That's a hit.
24.
That's an 8, natural 18. That's probably not going to be a critical with a shield or anything.
Oops, 8 damage.
Alright, so you bust the shield. He rolls back over and falls back asleep, does not notice you doing so. So you have a round to do whatever you want while he rolls over. So he's on his stomach now.
I saw them like inject him with something, but I don't know what it is. Do I?
No. But apparently he's sleeping pretty hard, because you feel like you made a lot of noise when you were banging on that thing.
Yeah, I'm sure he's sleeping pretty good. But I need him to be really asleep. So here's what we're going to do. I want to... Well, no, first, yeah, let's, just to make this hopefully work as best as possible. Now that I'm in, I still want to pop those 2 relaxo pills in his mouth.
Okay. You give him 2 relaxo pills, which hold on, you just gave him a double dose of that, right?
Yeah.
Sweet.
He's in a coma and will die in 3 days.
Yes.
Alright, next step. I'm going to chop his hand off.
Yeah, he will not wake up while you do this, but I have to roll perception to see if anyone else notices this.
He's invisible.
I want to stab him with my...
We are invisible.
Yeah, but can I stab him with the med pen too?
Oh, the person that sees you? I mean, I rolled a 15, but you're invisible, so it's not going to matter. So they'll
We also
notice...
make him invisible also.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to stab the other guy. Yeah, so you're both invisible. Someone hears a noise and kind of looks around. That's what's going to happen. Someone's going to look around but not see anything. So now you're invisible and the guy you're killing is invisible, and you're invisibly cutting off his hand. You're just like, you're already holding him, so you just know where he was. You're like feeling around and like hoping you do a good job. What do you have to cut this hand off with? Are you using your shield to cut off this hand?
Yeah, I was thinking, I was trying to see what I had, but I think that's it. I mean, I've got some rope. I don't know if I could tourniquet it till it just popped right off.
That'd take.
I'm going to let you take a 20 and just whatever you figure out somehow. If you're looking out for number 1, you're going to find a way to take off this hand.
Can I, like, actually, I might need something for my next step. Can I, like, search his room and see if he's got any, like, say...
I mean, he's in a shared bunk, but you can check his bunk. He's got 3 batteries, one with 9 charges, one with 7 charges, and one with 2 charges. An assorted grenade testing kit. He has a laser torch and a stun baton. Shape-shifting suit that the officers wear. It's a standard red suit, but if you have to use an electrical charge, just have a battery plugged into it. With the use of electrical charge, you can any face you've seen before, any recognized, something you can imagine. It's within your size limits you can change into. So medium, large, you can appear larger or smaller slightly. Takes 1 charge to shift, 1 charge to shift back to your normal self. Like once it changes, it stays that way until you use a charge to shift it again.
Gotcha.
They can also use 1 charge to go into disguise mode, but that consumes 1 charge per minute, and in that mode it just constantly shifts and is unstable, and you look like no one in particular.
I want to use this laser torch to cut this chip out of his hand and cut the chip out of my hand.
Alright, that's going to cost 2 charges, so you can use one of your new batteries if you want. The one that had 2 charges, you can use that to cut open both of your hands. I'm going to use a heal check, just because that's most closely related to like using medicine and stuff like that. So roll me a heal check to do this proficiently as a surgeon. Like, you know, you're a healer, you've dealt with this kind of stuff, so I mean, I would assume that you're kind of proficient. Do you have any applicable professions or anything like that you get add onto it as well? Or?
I got heal plus a healer's kit, which gives me plus 2.
Alright, so yeah, roll with that, and that'll help you like at least sew up the wound and like make it look legit.
This is 12.
It's not great. Do you have like a cure light? Maybe a cure light would be enough to like heal up the wound and make it look, you know, that's kind of like Wolverine style healing, like magic healing, so maybe that would be enough to at least cover up. I mean, if you can get rid of this body, you don't have to worry so much about this guy. But you at least have to fix the wound on your hand so it looks legit. So if you want to heal yourself and then get out of here, or heal both of you, and that way it looks, you know, like nothing happened. But
I'll dump as many cure moderates as I need. I can burn a fuck ton. I'll burn 5 to make this work.
Alright, go for it. Burn 5. You'll look super healthy after that. I'm going to say that took a minute though, so unless you want to inject yourself in him again, you're going to become visible in this guy's bunk on top of him.
Alright, I'm going to invis myself again. I'll burn 2 more charges of that to invis him, and Also, 2 more charges. I want to laser torch his face so he's unrecognizable.
Alright, you laser torch Dude Man's face. That's going to cost a charge to use the laser torch per round. So how many rounds do you want to cut him up? Use that many charges.
Unrecognizable.
Alright, so that's like 10 charges.
Alright.
He now has no face. He has your chip. They'll probably think that's Harlock's Pachimin and you're whoever this guy was, which you might want to find out if you're going to be impersonating him. Wink.
Is it written on his bunk or something? Can I perception check?
You can perception check.
Does he have a name tag or anything?
Yeah. Sweet. That's going to be a 25.
Beerly Parison. And he was a gnome.
Because you're happy.
Like fat gnome.
That's about as far ahead as I thought.
Alright, I'll go back to Juan Arbre, who snuck out of the shower as a lizard. Where'd you go, Juan?
Well, I was just gonna use my chameleon-ness and go back to our bone.
Alright, you slither back in the bunk. Roll me a stealth check to sneak back without being detected as a chameleon.
It's still a 7.
Alright. Someone will notice a lizard on the ship, and will try and catch the lizard. I'm going to roll a percentage chance to see if this kid is able to capture this lizard.
He's too daft.
He's too daft, and you're
I'm
too
deft.
deft. Exactly. So yeah, you're able to outmaneuver this child and climb up to the ceiling wherever he can't reach you. But this kid did notice you, and might draw attention to you. What do you do now before that happens?
I'm gonna keep going. I mean, I'm gonna...
Get to your bunk?
I don't have anywhere to go besides here.
Alright, I'm going to roll a percentage chance to see if someone opens the door to your bunk enough for you to sneak in and get this kid. I rolled high enough, 88, so yeah. The door to the bunk opens, roll me a stealth check to sneak in behind someone and ditch this kid.
6.
6, okay, you wander into the dorm room immediately. One of the girls in your dorm freaks out about the lizard being in the dorm room and starts screaming and wakes up everyone in the room. Roll a perception check, Cersei.
That was a natural 19 plus 7, so
Alright,
26.
Cersei wakes up immediately when she hears lizard, because that's one of her favorite magical ingredients. Lizard? You use lizard. Lizard is in like every recipe. Like lizard is in everything. Like there's not anything that doesn't have lizard in it. So you're like in space, you're like, lizard? I didn't think there was like any lizards in space. Yeah. You jump out of bed immediately to go get the space lizard. Everyone's freaking out about the lizard, but you see it up on the wall above the door.
So I see Cersei.
Well, now I'm going to have to roll something to try to ensnare this space lizard, I guess. How about I roll a knowledge nature to see if it looks like a natural chameleon, or if something that a friend of mine might have changed into, who I know is able to change into things?
So
roll me a knowledge nature, then a knowledge arcana if that's successful.
Can I jump onto Cersei and start changing colors a whole bunch? Just like...
Would you like to do that?
Yes.
Alright, so the lizard... roll that while this is happening. Roll that while this is happening.
Arcana, because that's clearly not natural, so I'll know that there's something up.
Yeah.
Alright?
Yeah, I'm like,
That's going to be a 23 on Arcana.
Yeah. It's definitely not natural. It's definitely a magical lizard that can change color this quickly, because that's not something lizards can do. I don't even know why I'm allowing that. Roll me a bluff check, because that's how you send a secret message. So roll me a bluff check for this to be working, because I have to find some way to control this nonsense.
Nah, just let it happen.
I can't. That's not. It won't be any fun.
Fucking hell.
Hard to let so much stuff happen.
So what?
Awesome Arcana. Can I roll a sense motive?
Yeah, definitely. That's kind of what you need to roll to pick up her bluff.
That was a very low bluff roll.
Alright, so she's not doing a great job communicating other than changing colors a lot.
Natural 20.
Alright, but luckily for you, Cersei's like, this is weird, something's up. You got that message earlier about stuff going on. You got 6 hours of sleep, so you're pretty well rested. You know something's going on. This is an animal in space. I think maybe with that, you're gonna be like, this is Joanna, this is Juan. Everyone's kind of freaking out and coming over and be like, oh my god, there's a lizard on your shoulder. The people that aren't scared of lizards are now like want to like pet your lizard or whatever. This is so crazy. This is happening.
I'll let Winston hop up on my other shoulder and be like, yes, these are my magical familiars, and we're going to hang out here, and you guys should go on your way. Bluff check. 19 on bluff, with 2 mythic surges.
Alright, so yeah, I think that's a pretty decent bluff. That's enough so people believe these are like you had this other analyst, I've never seen your chameleon before, but then you're like, maybe you also add to your bluff that like, you just haven't seen my chameleon before because it's such a good chameleon.
Next time you have someone over to your house, tell them you've got a pet chameleon. You need help finding it. And then afterwards, tune in for more Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater.